31-year-old Demetria Spence, who Atlanta police say placed a fake 911 call.
What's good, DMF? On March 28th, 2025, a tragic event occurred when Atlanta rapper slash dad of three by the name of Kenneth Edward Rashaad Bailey, known as Young Scooter, passed away on his 39th birthday. A woman, 31-year-old Demetria Spence, made a false 911 call claiming there was a violent domestic situation with armed men and a distressed woman at a nearby home. When the police arrived, they found no evidence to support her claims. The dad sustained a fatal injury to his right thigh from the wooden fence, resulting in severe blood loss. Authorities have arrested Spence for her involvement in the false report.
A woman calls 911 telling dispatchers shots were fired at a home on William Nye Drive in Atlanta, and she saw some kind of domestic dispute.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like.
31-year-old Demetria Spence, who Atlanta police say placed a fake 911 call. Today, the woman charged with making that fake call before the events that led to the rapper's death will go before a judge. 31-year-old Demetria Spence is currently in custody at the Fulton County Jail, and that is where we find 11 Alive's Karis Belger. Karis, let's talk about what charges is Spence facing.
Well, Spence is charged with transmitting a false public alarm. She's scheduled to have her first appearance at noon today. Police put out a public call earlier this week asking for the voice of the woman who made those 911 calls to be identified. Later, they say Spence was taken into custody. Young Scooter, whose legal name was Kenneth Bailey, from injuries to his leg, according to the medical examiner. A statement says he, quote, punctured his right thigh, which led to blood loss. Now, police say they were called to a home on William Nye Drive Southeast on March 29th about a dispute and a report of a woman being dragged into a home. The caller, who police say was Demetria Spence, claimed there were gunshots. Here's a little bit of that audio.
The situation that's going on right now, this girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there.
Now, less than a week later, police say they've arrested 31-year-old Demetria Spence, the woman who called 911 for transmitting a false public alarm. She was booked at the Fulton County Jail.
So what happens to the people who make false police reports? Not enough. In some states, filing a false police report is just a misdemeanor, meaning a slap on the wrist, maybe a fine, maybe some jail time. That's not enough compared to the damage that has been done. We've seen cases where men have lost their freedom, lost their career, their kids, all because a woman has lied. Spence has been arrested for transmitting a false alarm. But is that enough? A man passed away. A family's grieving. And all of this could have been prevented. We need real consequences. If you call 911 with lies that leads to someone's demise, that's not just a false report. That's manslaughter. We need laws that hold people accountable. No more excuses. No more playing with people's lives. This isn't just about young Scooter. This is about every person, every father, every man who has been a victim of false accusations. It's time to change. Rest in peace, young Scooter. Our condolences to your friends and family.